What's up, everybody? It's spooky season, and that means we're here to make some Halloween themed deviled eggs. First things first, let's get these eggs in some boiling hot water. Alright guys, my eggs are hard boiled. Now I'm just putting some dye in some water. I have a Ziploc bag here that I filled with about half a cup of water. I already put a full little bottle of dye in there, and I think that's going to be plenty for what we're doing today. Alright, so I got my dye and water mixture in my bag. Now the next thing to do is to crack my eggs. The easiest way that I found to do this is just take the back of a spoon and just lightly tap it. You're going for that spiderwebby look in those cracks, so just a few little taps all around. I like to do it a few more times. You can do it once or twice if you just want one little spiderweb pattern, but you don't want to hit it too hard because you don't want that dye penetrating all underneath there. You really just want it to hit those lines that you broke. Once it's broken up, just set it in the dye and on to the next. And bingo. We should be good to go. Take your bag of blood and drop all your little eggies in there. That does look like blood. You can't tell me it doesn't. And let them sit for at least 5 or 6 hours. I'm gonna go overnight just because of my schedule, but we'll see when they're done. We have our red dye soaked eggs, and we're ready to rumble. Woo! These eggs have been sitting in there overnight. Oh, look at that pretty little fella. It's like those Easter eggs we used to dye when we were kids, except this is in blood. No, it's not. Okay. So it was pink on the outside, but a lot more red once you get underneath the shell. Whoa, as you can see here, those turned out really nice. Look at the red color on that thing. The lines aren't as defined as I was expecting them. I think that's because we let it go overnight. If you went 6 hours on this thing, I think you'd be better off. You might have some more well-defined, thin little red lines. But we're doing a bloodshot eye, and the main thing is the inside. And these are gonna work out perfect for what we're doing. Let's get them cut open and get the yolks out of there. Beautiful, just as I expected. A little bit of bleed through there on the red. Let's scoop these yolks out of there and get them into a bowl. Now we went 11 minutes on these eggs. They're a little bit soft, but they're still pretty hard, and they fall out very easily, as you can see. And that's what you're looking for. If you go anything less than 11 minutes, you're gonna have a little bit of trouble getting those yolks out of there. They're gonna stick a little bit more. For a deviled egg, I like them just to plop right out. That way I don't have to mess with it. I don't have to scoop hard. It comes out real nice and easy. We have our yolks in our bowl. It's time to put the other ingredients in and make our recipe. So, total we have 4 eggs here, 8 halves, which means we have 4 whole yolks. I like to do about a tablespoon per 2 yolks. So today I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of mayo. I'm using Duke's because it's the best and it's got a twang. 2 nice spoonfuls. I like to say 2 tablespoons. Next up, I'm just using some yellow mustard. You can use Dijon if you're fancy, or spicy brown. Regular works good too. We're just doing a quick squirt of this. I'd say maybe 1 to 2 teaspoons worth for 4 eggs. And by squirt, I mean like this. Next up, I'm using jalapeno juice. A lot of people like pickle juice in there just for the vinegar and the acidity that it brings. I don't know. Today I'm feeling a little spicy, so I'm going to go with jalapeno juice instead. And I'm literally just doing a splash of this. If I had to guess, it'd be 1 to 2 teaspoons worth. Not a whole lot. Last but not least, I'm only adding 4 ingredients to these deviled eggs, and I like a little bit of pepper in my egg. Who doesn't like black pepper? It's good. Today I'm using the peppercorn medley. Black pepper time. And just do as much or as little as you'd like. Next up, we're mashing it all together. I'm using a fork today. I'm just gonna mash it all up till it's nice and fluffy. You can use a whisk if you'd like. You can put it in your blender if you'd like. I'm old fashioned. Got a metal bowl and a metal fork, and today I'm just smashing. That consistency is perfect, just how I like it. Nice and fluffy and delicious. It's time to get some dye in these things. We already have our white and our red, whatever that's called in the eye. I don't know, I'm not an eye doctor. I'm gonna go for a nice green looking eye because we're gonna do a black olive for the pupil. All that it's gonna take is a couple drops of this green dye. Just like this. And that ought to do it. You don't need a ton of this stuff. It's really potent. It makes it look really green. Let's mix it up. That's exactly what I'm going for right there. Nasty, sewer looking, gross green. Perfect. All right, I got the color that I like. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get these into the eggs. You can do this however you want to. You can use a spoon and scoop them in. I like to put mine in a bag and squeeze them in. And I'm just gonna scoop this green goop. It's not very appetizing, unfortunately, but it's Halloween and we're not going for appetizing, we're going for grotesque. All right, all my green goop is in the bag. Now all I need to do is cut the tip off, just the tip, just like that, and start squeezing. You want to make sure that it stays semi-round though, because we're going for an eyeball look. And I don't know what kind of eyeballs you have, but mine are round. We've got our green nastiness in the center of our bloodshot eye. It's time to finish these things off. And to finish them off, we need a nice round pupil and a little pimento centerpiece. Today I'm just using black olives. I know some people don't like olives, that's unfortunate. Find a different recipe. And I'm gonna top it off with a little bit of diced pimento, just for a nice little touch in the middle of it. To do this, you just take your black olive and I'm going to stick it on the middle here, just so it looks more like an eye. Just stick them on there however you'd like. I like to put mine towards the bottom of the egg just so it looks more like an eye, going like this. And to top it off, I'm just going to use some of these diced pimentos. You can use diced red jalapenos, whatever you want. These look kind of nice, I think, so I'm going to center them off with this. And just take one of these little dices, stick it right there in the middle of the eye. And just like that, I feel like I'm being stared at. I mean, those look like eyeballs. Am I wrong? You got a nice little red centerpiece, the black pupil, the green, the bloodshot eye. Pretty ghoulish looking to me. Really like how these things turned out. I mean, come on. That looks just like an eyeball. If you're looking for a good treat to spook the whole party, what better thing than an eyeball egg? Yolks up. What can I say? That's absolutely delicious. Take these to your next party and spook everybody. Thanks for watching. Happy Halloween.